it's a windy day today. Very windy outside. The wind is blowing everywhere. Through the trees, through the leaves, and down my trouser leg. Here we go then, we are back. This morning when I woke up, I thought, today I'm going to do something different. I'm going to break away from my usual routine. So I decided to have a shave without using the mirror. How did it go? Not very well. This is English Addict coming to you live from the birthplace of English, which just happens to be, oh my goodness, it's England. We are back together again. It is a very windy day. Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you feeling good on this Wednesday? I hope you are feeling super duper. Yes, we are back together again. First of all, can I say a big thank you to everyone who left comments in response to last Sunday's live stream. We had a lot of reaction. Can I say thank you very much? A lot of beautiful messages. Things like, Mr. Duncan, you really cheered us up last Sunday, as you always do every time you appear live on YouTube. So thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Thanks a lot for that. We are back together. Yes, we have made it all the way to the end. Well, the middle of another week, but we are also halfway through October as well. We are heading now fast and furiously towards November. My goodness, the year is really going by. So this morning I decided to try and shave without using the mirror. And as you can see, it didn't turn out very well. Sometimes doing things differently is not always a good idea. Of course, this would be very serious, unless, of course, I was using tomato ketchup instead. So it's not blood, don't worry, I will get rid of it now. I just thought it was quite a funny way of starting, you see. You might smile, or maybe cry, or maybe run out of the room in terror. You see, there is no blood at all. It's just tomato sauce. My name is Duncan. I talk about the English language. You might say I'm one of those up there. I'm an English addict. So that is the introduction out of the way. And yes, it is, as I mentioned, Wednesday. Now, I also had some comments last week saying, can we please have Mr. Steve on Wednesday? Well, guess what?
Surprise!
He's here. We've managed to get Mr. Steve to join us today.
Yeah, I can't stay for long, though, because I'm so busy, Mr. Duncan. What's that on your face?
Well, it's gone now.
Not all of it.
Oh, really?
Did you cut yourself shaving or something?
It was actually a joke, and I realised at the last minute that it might not be very funny. So even though I pretended to have cuts on my face, I don't really. So
I think it was funny. I think it was funny, Mr. Duncan. And, you know, this is you. You start your lessons with something different every time. Of course, I heard you mentioning there about the... By the way, I'm not here for long,
no,
am I?
This is just a quickie.
A quickie.
You only have a few moments of Mr. Steve.
Make the most of it.
So make the most of having this beautiful specimen of humanity with us right now.
Yes, and of course I'm buoyed.
What?
Buoyed by the comments. If you're buoyed or buoyed.
Buoyed.
Buoyed or buoyed.
I think buoyed is a different thing altogether.
Yeah. Well, you can pronounce these things in two different ways.
Okay. So you are uplifted.
Uplifted, buoyed, giving confidence, uplifted. by the comments, not only from last Sunday, but also in the comments that were left after the lesson.
Yes, we had a lot of feedback.
Saying that you wanted me. I'm not going to be egotistical about it.
Well, there were two types of comment. There were comments saying we want more Mr. Steve, and other comments saying please don't kick Mr. Steve off Sundays. So we had two types of message, both of them in favour of you being here.
Were there any offensive ones saying whatever you do, get rid of him?
No.
None whatsoever?
No.
There you go. You see, they're like our controversy. They're the arguments. They're like us fighting on the live stream, Mr. Duncan.
It is all fun.
Yes.
What we like to do here, and we are a little different from other English teaching channels, you may have noticed already. If you are a new viewer, you may have noticed that this is not usual. This is not normal. This is not your usual live English lesson, but we like to do things differently. We like to have a little bit of fun. We like to have a little bit of jollity here on the live chat. So just a few more moments of Mr. Steve. Make the most of this because you're going off in a moment, aren't you?
I'm going off in a moment, yes, because being unemployed as I am at the moment,
Steve is
means
now.
I have lots of time to do things that I wouldn't have been able to do.
Steve is unemployed.
Had I been working.
Yes.
And I'm adjusting.
Okay.
To the change.
So what are you doing?
So as people might know, we lost a hedge.
Yes.
To put it another way, a hedge died.
So some of our trees in the garden died, and Steve today is going to find a replacement or something to put there instead.
I have been thinking a lot about what to do, how to replace the lost, dead conifer trees that formed a very nice private hedge.
So there's nothing there at the moment.
So we can see straight into the neighbours' windows.
It's gone. There's a big gap.
So we feel a bit exposed.
So we need to fill the gap.
Exposed to the prying eyes of the neighbours. So I have been trying to figure out what to do. So I've finally settled on a plan.
Oh, a plan. Mr. Steve has a plan. He is a man with a plan.
And I'm going to go out and order buy some new conifer plants.
Okay.
Fast growing, but I can keep them under control. And I think in 10 years' time, Mr. Duncan, our privacy issues will be resolved.
Good. Okay.
Not 10 years, hopefully 3 years.
So I have to wait about 3 or maybe 5 years before the gap in the garden has been filled. Anyway.
And until then, it means that we cannot go outside naked into the garden anymore.
No, because I do like doing that in the summer. Mr. Steve likes to cut his grass when he's completely naked, showing everything. And I have to be honest, when you have a machine with very hard and sharp blades whizzing around, I have to say it is very brave of Mr. Steve to do his grass, cut the grass when he has so much to lose.
Well, I could lose a bit and it wouldn't matter, but anyway, that's another story. But yes, the neighbours have been complaining. We've had complaints.
Well, they've been complaining when we go in. They want to see more of it. They say, can you be naked at your window all the time? Well, I don't know about that. I think we will have to start charging. Anyway, Mr. Steve, so it's just a few moments.
Trying to get rid of me already. You see, this is what he's like.
What?
You can see, you've seen it for yourself. He's trying to get rid of me.
You said to me before we came on, I can only do it for a few moments.
Well, I said 10 minutes.
Yes, well, it's 13 minutes past now.
Well, it feels like I could be here for longer, though.
Yes, but I have a whole show to do. Today, by the way, can I just say what we've got coming up? We're talking about forgiveness. I think sometimes it is good to forgive those who have trespassed against you. Maybe they've done something to you, or maybe said something. Maybe they came round your house and maybe they blocked up your toilet. Maybe they blocked your toilet up. Has that ever happened? Have you ever had a guest come to your house and they go to your toilet and have a poop and they block the toilet but they don't tell you? And then later on you discover that there is something very large blocking the toilet. My stream is starting to break.
What does that mean, Mr. Duncan?
I don't know.
Is that because I'm on?
Probably. Anyway.
So I'm going to depart.
Okay.
By that, I mean I'm just going to go to the garden centre
Okay.
and buy the cheapest, fast-growing conifers I can find because I'm unemployed, so I'm not going to spend lots of money on them. And I shall be spending most of next week putting them in, and Mr. Duncan will probably film me.
Okay.
Secretly, maybe, or maybe openly.
Oh, yeah.
And we can show you what I've been up to, if you're interested.
That sounds
I
fantastic.
mean, you might not be interested at all in what I'm doing.
It isn't very interesting, but we will show it anyway.
We could have words connected to gardening,
Yes, we will see what happens.
digging,
Okay.
things like that. All right, Mr. Duncan, I can sense you want me to go. I've just got this strong, palpable feeling that you want me to exit.
Well, we have to move on. We have a whole show to do.
A big show to do.
We're talking about all sorts of things today. We'll have a look in the window or out of the window in a few moments. Also, the reason why I'm so excited today is something is back. Something has returned. And it's made me very happy. Something that I admire quite a lot has returned. And it's not just one thing, it's many things, and they are at the back of the house. We will have a look at that in a few moments. So thank you, Mr. Steve. We will see you on Sunday.
I will be here on Sunday.
And
Never
you will,
fail.
And you will stay with us for the whole of the live stream on Sunday.
What, right from the beginning, you mean? You mean after the usual half an hour?
You know what I mean.
I'm from Malaysia. Look at that, we've got somebody watching in Malaysia. How exciting.
Hello, Silig. I'm not going to say hello to the live chat just yet. That's coming in a moment.
We've been there lots of times. You can tell that story. Right, goodbye, everyone. And by the way, I think I might learn French.
Why?
Relearn French. Ears will be pricking up now.
But why?
Because if we're planning to have our big get-together at some point in France,
Yeah.
and I've got nothing to, I've got time on my hands.
You have?
So we're teaching people how to learn English, then I need to learn another language and show that I'm making an effort to learn. So maybe we can do it together.
Perhaps you could just improve your English.
What a cheek! And so I think I will, so that when we go, I can, I can show off with my knowledge of the French language.
Okay.
But I need to, I'm not very good at it. Right. I'll be here for the entire lesson at this rate, Mr. Duncan.
I've got so much to do today.
So much to do, busy. I'll go. See you all on Sunday.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, Mr. Steve. I couldn't resist showing you some beautiful scenery from yesterday when Mr. Steve and myself went for a walk. I hope you enjoyed that. Everything looking very autumnal at the moment, as autumn is here officially. I think it is safe to say that autumn has definitely arrived here in the UK for sure. I am very certain of that. Thank you, Steve, for joining us today. That was very nice of you to pop in because he has so many things to do today. He's a very busy man. Hello to the live chat. I haven't said hello to you properly yet, so hello to everyone. Can I say hello to who was first? Oh, very interesting. We have someone here first on today's live chat, and their name is in Arabic. I will say hello to Noof Al Amrani. Hello to you. Guess what? You are first on today's live chat. Hello, Noof Al Amrani. It's nice to see you here today. And I hope you will stay with us for the rest of today's live stream. Yes, we are live. For those wondering, 20 minutes past 2 o'clock, we are looking at forgiveness. Today, to forgive and forget when a person wrongs you, when they do something to you, maybe they do something naughty, maybe bad, something wrong, and then later you decide to forgive and forget. I suppose you can also forget whilst forgiving at the same time. Okay, I'm going to show you what is back. They are back behind the house. Not only do we have cows at the back of the house, but we also have sheep. The sheep are back, everyone. Can you see them? There they are. They arrived on Sunday during our live stream. So whilst I was doing the live stream on Sunday, the sheep arrived, and we didn't notice until the live stream had actually finished. So it is true. The sheep are back. There they are at the back of the house. I've counted them. I've tried to count them anyway, but I kept falling asleep. But there are around 25 sheep at the back of the house. So not only do we have cows at the back of the house, we now have sheep as well. And they all seem to be getting along rather nicely. Now, you might imagine that cows and sheep would not get along. But in fact, they do. They seem quite pleased to be near each other. So you can see there are lots of different types of sheep as well. You can see there are some black sheep. Well, when I say black sheep, they've got black heads and white bodies. And some of them are completely white. But you can see there the beautiful autumn sunshine shining through the trees as well. It was a glorious day yesterday. So I couldn't resist going outside to film the sheep. And yes, they are now officially at the back of the house. They are. They're right there. And it's rather nice to see them back. And as you know, I am a very big admirer of sheep. In fact, it looks like that sheep was admiring me then. Oh, yes. Maybe we have a connection. Maybe there is something that has happened between us. Maybe a little bit of eye contact over a crowded field. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe. Maybe not. So I am excited by that. Can you see the excitement? Because I love having the animals at the back of the house. It gives you something nice to look at in the morning when you are cleaning your teeth and having a shave. Very nice indeed. Hello to the live chat. It is lovely to see so many of you here already. Can I say hello to Connell? Hello, Connell. It's nice to see you back. One of our regular viewers. Lovely. Very nice to see you back as well. Who else is here? We have Mosern. We have Duchess. Hello, Duchess. Can I give you a royal wave as a way of saying hello to welcome you to today's live chat. Nice to see you here as well. Beatrice, hello to Beatrice. It's nice to see you here today. We also have Luis Mendez. Luis Mendez. Luis Mendez. Luis Mendez. Luis Mendez. Hello, Luis. Nice to see you here as well. Who else is here? Unique. Unique Life Design. Can I say that I have become a big fan of your posts on Instagram? I like looking at your pictures on Instagram. Very nice. Christina, who apparently likes the sheep as well. I have to say, I love them. I love the sheep very much. Vitas is here. Hello, Vitas. Nice to see you back as well, where you belong on the live chat. So now, Mr. Duncan, you have something to count. Yes. I tried to do it the other day. I was trying to count the sheep on the field, and I kept falling asleep because, as you know, it is a very good way of falling asleep. We also had another surprise yesterday. It has been a week of nice surprises, I have to say, because over the past few weeks everything has been a little gloomy for various reasons. But yesterday we were walking back from town and we saw a lovely, beautiful little bird. In fact, it is the bird that always comes down to say hello to us every time we go by. Would you like to see it now? Here it is. So there it is, the robin. This was filmed yesterday, and I don't know why this little robin always comes down to say hello to me. So yesterday I decided to get my camera and I filmed it for a few moments, and there it is. And the strange thing is, this particular robin is so friendly. It always comes down. So what I normally do as I walk by, I normally start whistling, and then the robin will come down and say hello. Isn't that beautiful? And I got so close to it. Oh, what was that? I think the robin was just sick. Did you see that? The robin just vomited. I don't know what that was. I think it was one of those red berries. So maybe sometimes when a bird eats something, maybe afterwards it has to bring it back up. We call it regurgitation. When an animal regurgitates, it means it brings the food back up. So isn't that just absolutely gorgeous? A lovely little robin. It is no ordinary robin. It is the robin that likes to come out and say hello to us every time we walk by. So it's nice. I love nature so much, can you tell? If you are a new viewer, you will notice that I do like nature very much. Today we are looking at forgiving. I think forgiveness is a very important thing in life. For everything, whatever your differences may be, maybe in the past you've had an argument with your friend or maybe one of your relatives, and then for a very long time you don't speak to each other, or maybe you feel a little awkward communicating. It does happen quite a lot in families, friends, families. All of these things can happen, but sometimes it is good to forgive the other person, to say, it's all right, I forgive you. So that is what we are talking about today. In fact, we will be doing that in a few moments from now. It is Live English on a Wednesday afternoon, and I hope you are having a good day today. Yes, I am with you live, and we are looking at a certain English subject today. We always like to look at certain things, maybe certain words, maybe certain phrases. Also, if I have time, I want to talk about something else as well. Jewellery, gold, silver, diamonds, things that people wear on their body, maybe around their neck or in their ears, or sometimes through other parts of their body as well. So we are talking about jewellery today, if I have time. If I have time, because we have a lot to get through. Thank you, Mr. Steve, for joining me earlier and making me a little late with my information, but here we go anyway. Today we are looking at forgive. Forgive, words and phrases. These are words and phrases connected to forgiveness. To forgive someone. To forgive them for their wrongdoing. When we talk about wrongdoing, we are naming something that a person has done which makes you feel upset, annoyed, angry, or maybe deceived in some way. So the word forgive is an interesting word. To forgive is to push aside past disagreements, or maybe a certain type of hurt that you have felt in the past. To forgive is to push aside past disagreements. And it does happen sometimes. We can find that there are certain disagreements, certain things that a person has done to you in the past that makes you feel unhappy. So quite often we come to a point where we decide to push those things aside. We push them aside. A past hurt caused by another can be forgiven. So maybe in some way you can forgive someone for doing something bad to you, hurting you in some way. Maybe a person has said something or done something to upset you. So a past hurt caused by another can be forgiven. You forgive that person. You forgive someone. You forget about the wrongdoing. Wrongdoing is a great word. It means something that you've done or something that has occurred that is seen as bad. A wrongdoing. To pardon. I like this word, pardon. To pardon is to forgive. To pardon is to forgive. You pardon someone. You decide that you don't want to hold that thing against them anymore. You decide to forgive them. To pardon them is to forgive. To put aside the crimes or misdoings of another. Those misdemeanors are forgiven. Now that's a great word, and I'm going to mention that word, misdemeanor. A misdemeanor is an offence, maybe something that one person has done towards another, something they have done towards them. We describe it as a misdemeanor. Forgiveness is often seen as both active and passive. For example, we have the forgiver, the person who is doing the forgiving, and the forgiven, the person who receives the forgiveness. So one person will forgive another person. The person who forgives is the forgiver. I forgive you. I forgive you. And the person who receives forgiveness is the forgiven. They are the person who has been forgiven for their sins or the thing that they did wrong. Two people might forgive each other. They meet in the middle. So in this particular sense, we are using it figuratively. We are saying that two people meet in the middle. They both decide to agree, to forget about their differences or their arguments from the past. There are many phrases connected to forgive, many ways of expressing forgiveness. For example, you might bury the hatchet. It's a great word. It's a great phrase. If you bury the hatchet. To bury the hatchet means you forget about past arguments. You are willing to forgive and forget. You decide to bury the hatchet. You might hold out an olive branch to someone, maybe another person who has done something wrong, or maybe if you have both had a disagreement in the past, you might decide to forgive, or maybe one person will try to make peace with another person. You hold out an olive branch to make a peace offering, to allow forgiveness to happen. So sometimes before forgiveness can take place, quite often something else has to happen first of all. To let bygones be bygones. If you let bygones be bygones, it means you are forgetting about past disagreements. The things in the past that you disagreed on, or maybe the hurt that you felt that was caused by another person, you might decide to both forget it. Let bygones be bygones. So when we talk about bygone, we are talking about the past, things that occurred in the past. They are now bygones. They happened in the past, and now we are going to forget them. Let bygones be bygones. You might want to kiss and make up. Ooh, Mr. Duncan. So this, again, is another figurative phrase. So it doesn't mean that you really kiss, although you might. You might decide that you want to give each other a kiss or a hug to show that you are friends again. However, we could also use this figuratively to mean that two people agree to forgive one another. They decide to kiss and make up. They put all of their disagreements behind them. You might decide to wipe the slate clean. If you wipe the slate clean, it means that you decide to forget about all of the past disagreements or hurt, and you start with a fresh attitude after forgiving someone. Or maybe two people decide to forgive each other and they move on. They decide to wipe the slate clean. They decide to move on with a fresh, new attitude. I like that one. Maybe a person decides to patch things up. If you patch things up, it means you repair something. So you are trying to repair the damage caused by hurt or pain, or maybe something bad that another person has done. Another person has done something bad to you. You rebuild a friendship after a disagreement. So I like that one. Here's a good word: reconcile. Reconcile. You might talk with another person. You might talk with another person with an aim to forgive and become friends again. So when two people reconcile, it means they come back together. They talk. They try to build their relationship up again. They want to rebuild their friendship. They come back. Quite often in marriages, you might find that a husband and wife, their relationship might break down. They might want to separate. However, over time, they might think we can come back together. We can have our relationship again. We reconcile our differences. We come together and we try to forget about all of the bad things from the past. We might also say it's all water under the bridge. Something that happened a long time ago that you want to forget about. Something that happened many years ago. It is all water under the bridge. So imagine a river flowing under the bridge. The water will pass under the bridge and then it will go off into the distance. It is all water under the bridge. All is forgotten and it is now time to move on. It is all water under the bridge. I like that expression. It's one of my favourite, to be honest. We might simply say forgive and forget. If you forgive and forget, it means you decide to put aside all of those bad feelings. You decide to forgive and forget. All of those bad feelings, all of the disagreements from your past, you have decided to put them aside. You forgive and forget. There are many phrases connected to forgive. There are others as well. I'm sure you can think of others besides the ones that I've mentioned today. Another word we often use, reunite. Two people will come back. They will join together again. We often hear this in music, quite often. Two musicians, or maybe a group of musicians, they might decide to break up. So you hear this quite often. I suppose a very famous one must be Simon and Garfunkel, a famous musical duo from many years ago. And ironically, one of their big hits was Bridge Over Troubled Waters, which almost relates to the phrase I just gave you. To reunite is to join together again. So sometimes people might decide to go their separate ways. Maybe they've had an argument or a row and they decide to go their separate ways. They split. But then maybe later they will reunite. They will come back together. They will reconcile their differences and then they will join back together. So this happens quite a lot in relationships, professional relationships. Maybe there are some disagreements between the people involved and they will decide to separate. But perhaps later they will reunite. They will come back together. They will join together again after breaking up. So there is a brief list of words and phrases connected to forgiveness. And I suppose in a way there are many ways of forgiving someone. I suppose if you haven't talked to a person for a very long time, it might make forgiving someone much harder. So I often feel that if you stop talking to someone, maybe if your relationship starts to become difficult, perhaps you will stop talking to each other. And the longer it happens, the longer it continues, the harder it is to come back together. The harder it is to forgive. I think that is a very interesting word. And I suppose when you think of what's happening in the world at the moment, we could probably do with a little bit more forgiveness. I think so. In many places. Some of those places not very far away from here. Ooh, Mr. Duncan, what are you talking about? I'm not going to tell you. Hello to the live chat. I don't want to leave you out. I don't want to forget you. So I hope you will forgive me for not saying hello for a while. Hello also to, can I say hello to Omar? I know Omar has been talking on the live chat today, so I want to say hello to you, to also acknowledge that you are here as well. Who else is here today? Who else have I forgotten? Agni. Hello, Agni. It's nice to see you here on the live chat as well. Thank you for joining me today. I hope also you did enjoy Mr. Steve joining us very briefly at the start of today's live stream. Who else is here today? Oh, many of the sentences that you've used today are very relatable to the word forgive. I think it is very hard to forgive another person. I would even say that maybe sometimes it takes a lot of courage to forgive someone. I think so. Pride. Oh, yes. Claudia. Hello, Claudia. I haven't said hello to you today. Hello, Claudia. What is cooking in your pot today, Claudia? I wonder. Pride. Sometimes a person will not forgive another person because they feel too proud. Maybe they feel that forgiveness is a sign of weakness. Some people don't like to do that. They feel that if they forgive someone, then maybe that person will be seen as weak for doing it. So yes, you're right, it can happen. Sometimes pride can come between two people when one person does not want to say sorry or another person does not want to forgive the other person. It can cause problems. You are right. Apparently Duchess has pigeons. We have a lot of pigeons around here. I hope your pigeons are very well behaved. We have pigeons here in the hostel. They are very brave and they are not afraid of humans. In fact, they make us feel frightened. Do you want to know the most scary bird that exists here in the UK? Seagulls. They are quite violent birds, especially towards human beings. If you ever go to the seaside, if you ever sit on the beach, you will find there will be lots of seagulls flying over your heads. They are large white birds and they love eating fish. In fact, quite often, seagulls will eat anything at all. So if you are walking along the road or on the beach and you are eating some chips, you will find that the seagulls will attack you. They will try to get the food out of your hand, and they can be quite violent. It's true. So I think the most violent bird in the UK must be the seagull. They can be quite violent. Christina says, a person who forgives, we can say that they show more intelligence than others. Yes, I suppose so. There is a certain amount of dignity as well with a person who is willing to forgive. Of course, I suppose it's fair to say there are certain things that a person might do that you cannot forgive. Maybe if you are in a relationship and maybe your partner cheats, maybe they are seeing another person in secret. A lot of people find that very hard to forgive. So it might be fair to say that that is one of the main reasons why relationships break down, why they come to an end. So I suppose it is fair to say that there are also moments and actions that are hard to forgive. I think you're right. Claudia, oh, very nice. Claudia is having chicken and sweet potatoes. I am a little jealous. Okay, I'm very jealous. That sounds very nice. Chicken, sweet potatoes. So I suppose you are going to roast all of those things in the oven I think so. Sounds very nice. I'm jealous, definitely. Christina says, yes, the seagulls will eat the fish and chips. They will. They eat anything. So if you ever come to the UK and you go to the seaside and you are walking along with your fish and chips, beware of the seagulls, because they will all come down and they will try to get the food out of your hand. They can be very aggressive, to say the least. Yeah, they will take anything. They will take anything from you. Your sandwich, your hamburger. They'll take anything. Birds will take anything from you. But especially fish and chips. I don't know why. Seagulls seem to really enjoy eating fish and chips. Talking of the beach, who remembers the time that Mr. Steve and myself went to the beach and we had a slight disagreement? Just another 8 minutes to go and then I am out of here. But don't worry, do not cry, because I am back with you on Sunday from 2 p.m. UK time. We have 2 hours. In fact, quite often we go over 2 hours on Sunday. So yes, we have 2 hours of English Addict on Sunday from 2 p.m. UK time. And of course, I am back with you next Wednesday as well. Twice a week. You get all of this. And it's free. You can watch this as many times as you want. Something I mentioned earlier. Something I don't see very often. I don't see people wearing jewellery very often. I remember growing up, gold, especially gold and silver, were quite often worn on people's bodies, especially women. So I am probably talking more about women than men. You don't often see men wearing jewellery anyway, unless, of course, we are talking about rings on their finger. But what about the ladies? We don't seem to see jewellery anymore. However, I have noticed that there are still lots of places selling jewellery. In fact, what is happening here, I don't know about your country or where you are, but here many people now are selling their gold and their jewellery to actually get some money. So that is how bad things have become for certain people. So instead of wearing their gold rings and their gold earrings or their diamonds, instead they are taking them to a local jeweller and they are selling them, especially gold. So there is a big rush at the moment. Lots of shops, lots of businesses that are now opening, and all they will do is take your gold from you and then give you money, because apparently the value of gold is still very high. So I think that's one of the reasons why people wear less jewellery than they used to. And I suppose another feature or another thing that I could mention as well is the fact that maybe it is safer if you don't wear jewellery. Maybe you are in danger of being robbed. Maybe you might be attacked and the person will try to steal your jewellery from you. But I have noticed this. You don't see people wearing gold, especially gold, because I think gold is a very ostentatious thing. Have you noticed that? Something that is slightly too extravagant, or maybe something that is too bright, or maybe something that appears pompous or snobbish. We often think of people who wear lots of jewellery as being wealthy. So maybe that's the other reason as well. Oh, Christina mentions pearls. That's another thing you don't see very often anymore. I remember many years ago you would often see women wearing pearls, maybe around their neck or maybe in earrings. So that's another thing. I don't see it very often. Even when I'm watching TV, or maybe if you're looking at what the celebrities are wearing these days, quite often jewellery is not there. So I do find that quite interesting. Can I say hello to, who else is here today? M YouTuber. Hello, M YouTuber. Is that Mr. YouTuber, I wonder? I've always wanted to meet you. Eva is here as well. Thank you very much for joining me today. We might continue that subject on Sunday with Mr. Steve, because if there's one thing I've noticed about Steve is he never wears jewellery. I've never seen Mr. Steve wear gold or even a gold ring or a silver ring. So I don't wear rings, you may have noticed. I never wear jewellery. I never have gold anywhere on my body. Even my watch is made of plastic. Even this is not gold. So I don't normally wear bright, shiny things anyway. I don't normally have anything that is ostentatious. I like that word, by the way. It's a very interesting word. Talking of words, before I go, I'm going to give you a word that I noticed the other day. I was listening to someone talking on the radio, and they used a very interesting word, and here it is now on the screen. So I'm leaving this with you before I say goodbye. The word is cadge. Cadge. To do something, it is an action. To ask for something, usually from a friend. So you might ask someone to give you something. Maybe you need something very quickly. You might cadge something from another person. So this is a word that is used. It is a real word. You might find this word used more in British English, but if you cadge something, it means you ask for something, usually from a friend. We can also say that you beg for something from a person you know well. So quite often we will cadge something from a person we are friends with. For example, can I cadge a cigarette from you? Can I cadge a ride into town? So maybe your friend has a car and you don't, and your friend is with you and you want to go to town. You might ask your friend, can I cadge a ride into town? Cadge. It's a very interesting word. Apparently the origin of the word is unknown, so we don't actually know why we say cadge. There are some theories as to why we have that word, but generally speaking, the origin is unknown. So the next time you need something from a friend, maybe you want something from them, maybe a cigarette, maybe some money. Oh, yes, it could be money. Maybe you want to borrow some money from them. You can ask them, can I cadge some money? Can I cadge a ride in your car? I need it. You are asking a friend. You might even say that you are using your friendship for some sort of advantage as well. Oh. Thank you very much for your messages. Wow, so many people today on the live chat. I will read all of your messages later. I'm going to have a look at the live chat later. So I always like to have a look at what you have said on the live chat. I always like to have a little browse at your comments. It's almost time to say goodbye, and I will see you again on Sunday, 2 p.m. UK time. Mr. Steve will also be with us on Sunday. No doubt he will be talking all about his new trees. I suppose the big question is, will he get them? Or will he not get them? We will see what happens. Thank you for joining me today. Our 2 hours is up. Or should I say my 1 hour is up. We have 2 hours on Sunday. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon with more of this. If you like English, if you love English, if you are learning English, if you are someone who likes to listen to English, then guess what? This is the right place to be. See you on Sunday. This is Mr. Duncan in the birthplace of English saying thanks for watching. Have a great Wednesday and enjoy the rest of your week. See you soon. And of course, ta-ta for now.